All right, this is lesson 12. We're going to take what we learned in lesson 11 and we're going to use it to do some word problems. So the goal for today says, I can solve word problems involving different ways to make change from $1. So lots of read, draw, write today, so I hope you have your paper. All right, here's our warm-up. Richie has 24 cents. How much more money does he need to make $1? So take a minute, pause the video, try to solve it yourself. Maybe use one of the strategies that we did yesterday, like the arrow way or doing 100 minus something. Okay, so let's read it a little carefully. Richie has 24 cents. So that's how much he has. How much more money does he need to make $1? So we know that $1 is 100 cents. So 100 is going to be 24 cents plus mystery. Now, I think the arrow way is going to work the best here, and I'm going to show you why. So 24, if we just add 1 penny, we get to 25. And 25 is like a quarter. And if you have 4 quarters, you have $1. So from 25, if I just add another quarter, I have 50. And if I add another quarter, I have 75. And if I add another quarter, I have 100. So let's see what I had to add. I had to add a quarter plus a quarter plus a quarter plus a penny. Now I know 3 quarters is 75 cents plus 1 is 76 cents. So Richie needs 76 cents to make his $1. You might have done it a different way, but as long as we both got 76 cents, whatever way you did it is great. Okay, here's our next one. Shane buys a balloon for 57 cents. He hands the cashier $1. How much change will he receive? So let's look at it a little more closely before we solve. Shane buys a balloon for 57 cents. He hands the cashier $1. How much change will he receive? So when you're paying for something, sometimes you don't have exactly 57 cents to give to the person taking the money. Sometimes you just have $1. But if the thing only costs 57 cents and you're giving them $1, you're giving them too much. So they have to give you change back. So how much change is Shane going to get if he is trying to buy a balloon that costs 57 cents, but he gives the cashier $1? How much is the cashier going to need to give him back? Think about it. Maybe draw a picture, maybe do some sort of number sentence, something to help you solve it. And then come back and see if we got the same answer. All right, you ready? So let's start with 100 because that's what Shane gave to the cashier. And the cashier is going to take out 57 cents for the balloon. So we start in the ones place. More on top, more on the floor. More on the floor. Borrow from next door. Next door is a 0. Gotta go to next door. So we're going to take this 100. We're going to break it up into 10 tens, and we're going to give it to the tens place. So we have now 10 tens because we had 0 before. Now we have 10, and we have 0 hundreds left. That doesn't really help us, though, because we're supposed to do the ones first. So now we're going to take a 10, and we're going to break that up into 10 ones and give it to the ones place. So now we have 10 ones and 9 tens left over. Now we have more on top, no need to stop. 10 minus 7 is 3. In my hundreds place, more on top or more on the floor? More on top, no need to stop. 9 minus 5 is 4. So Shane will get 43 cents. I hope we got the same answer. You might have done it differently, but hopefully we both got 43 cents. All right, let's try another. Jamie buys a baseball card. He gives the cashier $1. Jamie gets 2 dimes, 1 quarter, and 1 penny in change. How much did Jamie's baseball card cost? Let's read it a little more carefully and make sure we know what we're doing. So Jamie buys a baseball card. He gives the cashier $1. Jamie gets 2 dimes, 1 quarter, and 1 penny in change. How much did Jamie's baseball card cost? Well, there's a couple things we need to know here. So we started with $1. And we don't know how much the baseball card cost because that's what we're looking for. So that's a very big line. We don't know what the baseball card cost. So that's kind of a question mark. And then for change, he got 2 dimes, 1 quarter, and 1 penny. Go ahead and pause the video. See if you can figure out what the baseball card cost. Okay, are you back? Well, there's not much we can do until we figure out what these coins add up to. So we're going to add those up first. So 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. So these coins are 46 cents. So 100 minus the baseball card means he got 46 cents back. Which means if I start at 100 and take away 46, I'll actually end up with the cost of the baseball card. So we're going to do the same thing we did. We start in the ones place. More on top, more on the floor, more on the floor. Borrow from next door because there's no tens. And we're going to break up the 100 so we have 0 hundreds left. And 10 tens are going to the tens place. Then, since we need stuff for the ones, we're going to take a 10. Now we have 9 tens. We're going to break that 10 up into ones. So now we have 10 ones. 10 minus 6 is 4. Then I go to the tens place. More on top or more on the floor? More on top. 9 minus 4 is 5. So the baseball card cost 54 cents. I hope we got the same answer. Let's try one more. Penelope wants to buy a toy whistle that costs $1. She has 15 pennies, 2 nickels, 2 dimes, and 1 quarter. How much more money does Penelope need to buy the whistle? So let's think first. Penelope wants to buy a toy whistle that costs $1. She has 15 pennies, 2 nickels, 2 dimes, and 1 quarter. And the question says, how much more money does Penelope need to buy the whistle? So that sounds like 100 is the total, because that's $1. So she's got these 15 pennies, 2 nickels, 2 dimes, and 1 quarter, plus something. So this whole total plus something equals 100. And we're trying to figure out what this little piece is. So see if you can figure it out. Pause the video, come back, and then see if we got the same answer. All right, so let's first figure out how much Penelope has to start with. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. So Penelope has 70 cents. So now we need to figure out if we need $1 for the whistle and she has 70 cents, how much more money does she need to find? So we'll start in the ones place. More on top or more on the floor? Numbers the same, zero's the game. 0. Then we go to the tens place. Do we have more on top or more on the floor? More on the floor. We need to borrow from next door. So we take the 100. We are going to break it up into 10 tens. So we're going to put 10 tens in the tens place and 0 hundreds left over. 10 minus 7 equals 3. So she needs 30 cents. Phew. All right, that was it. So just remember that when you do your exit ticket, you need to read the question. You need to draw something. You could draw a picture like we did here. You could draw a little model with numbers like we did here. You just need to draw something, some sort of like showing what's going on in your brain. And then you need to make sure that you write out your answer. Okay, I will see you later.